Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday watch list. You guys, I'm going to go over four of them here with you. It's going to be PayPal, ChargePoint, Moderna, and then Merck. You guys, the first one I'm going to look at is going to be PayPal. Take a look on the daily time frame. We are testing levels on PayPal that were back since March 19th of 2020, and also even further, December 24th of 2018, and May 2nd of 2018. You guys, this is a very strong level of support in my opinion on PayPal. So I will be looking at playing calls on PayPal. Now for this specific trade, I know I always say play 1 month out contracts. This has been beaten down so much. I'm going to change this up a little bit. I think PayPal is a very good longer term play. So I would still play the fourth in the money, but I want to be playing basically 2 months out on PayPal to give this a little bit more time to fluctuate if we do end up dipping a little bit lower. But again, my overall bias opinion is going to be up. Let's take a look at the 4 hour real quick. Your money momentum is shifting back up into the market. You can see how we're making higher lows. We've done one here and then another one right here as well. The price, instead of making a lower low, is again stepping up as well. So both of these things in conjunction give me a strong indication that we could see a potential further uptick in PayPal. We also are getting a nice rejection of this 21 EMA, and I love this bullish candle right here that we ended up closing on at the end of Friday. So I want to see this actually hold this support line and push even further. My first take profit would be around this area about 92.50, and that's where I would be looking at getting out of PayPal in the next, let's say, week or 2 weeks. But I would like to see this contract purchase a little bit further than our normal month out, just because it has been beaten down so much. All right, guys, the next one we're going to look at is going to be ChargePoint. Again, similar setup a little bit on the 4 hour time frame. You can tell on the bottom here, we were down into our green buying zone. We did get a buy signal here, which if you end up playing that, you had a great amount of profit if you had got in at the buy signal. But in my opinion, I like to wait out until we get a confirmed higher low on the charts when we've had something in the past that's been in such a large downtrend. So we are now in that spot. Money momentum is making higher lows. You can tell this. We're stepping back up into the market. I like that on bigger time frames like the 4 hour. We are also respecting this 21 EMA here, which is this line, this color changing line. You can see how we've kind of bounced off of this a little bit. So I want to see going into next week and the week after a nice push on ChargePoint to the upside. This, however, can be a month out contract, fourth in the money when you enter. That's just my personal trading style. This area right here of 1430, this is the spot where I want to be looking at getting out of ChargePoint if you enter in for calls. And that's just because we had a nice down push right here, a level of resistance in the market. So ChargePoint, I'll be looking at going long. All right, guys, let's take a look at the next one, Mrna. I am a bit bearish on Mrna, and let me go over this real quick. Money momentum on the bottom. This is why this dashboard is just so important to actually more or less understand this instead of the buy and sell signals that sometimes get illuminated up here. The money momentum, divergence. What is divergence? When your money momentum is shifting out of the market, you can tell how we're making lower highs, but our money is actually, or excuse me, our price is increasing. You typically see a nice push to the downside. What happened right afterwards? We got the sell-off. Amazing. We also have a red dot, and all three of these are actually confirmed. Take a little bit closer look down here. Money momentum is stepping down. Your middle line is red, which is bearish, and you have a red dot, which is a key EMA crossover, saying a continuation to the downside as well. All three of these are illuminating right now. However, what I want to see is a little bit of a push back up here. So this line right here, 138.19. If we get a little bit of a rally next week, I do think this could be a good spot to be playing puts on Mrna. Again, 1 month out, fourth in the money. So this is going to be the fourth one above the share price if you're trading on Robinhood. All right, guys, the last one is going to be Merck. I honestly think this could be one of the biggest trades to the downside that we have seen in a long time and give us a lot of profit, but we have to be patient on this one. I'm going to show you two things. Let's look at the overall regression channel on the daily time frame, and then we're going to zoom in a little bit further afterwards. Take a look at this chart setup. This is going back to December 28th of 2015. When we get into these top sections, we typically always see a test down to the bottom green section. So test down, where are we right now? We're right at the top. So I know we ended up alerting saying 92 was the spot we wanted to have for entries on this. I still don't think that's a bad entry on the first spot to be able to get into Merck, but I do think we can run a little bit higher. But let's go down to a little bit less of a time frame and look at the current regression channel and to see where we're sitting at right now. So if we zoom in a little bit closer, this is going to be back from February 25th, 2022. So this year, we are obviously in a big uptrend. But when we get extended, just as we did right here, what happened to the stock right afterwards? This could have been your entry. We drove it down to this bottom green section. Right now we're getting the same thing, way overextended into this top section. I want to see this test a little bit higher, but I do think overall we can get a nice push to the downside here because our money momentum is not shifting with the actual price. If you look at divergence right here, what is happening? This is going lower as our price is increasing. So these are things that I like to look out for in stocks for a reversal in the market. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Also on the 1 hour time frame, you can also tell that we are extended here again into the top. Our money momentum again is shifting out. So overall, let's go back at this real quick on the daily time frame and let's look at the target that I'm looking at to be getting in on Merck. If you haven't done so already, or if you have, this is a strong dollar cost average area, and that is $96 in my personal opinion. And that is because on the daily, we have very, very strong divergence. Just look at where this is right here. Look how far down this money momentum is shifting, where our price has just shot up like crazy. So your money is not supporting the move to the upside. You're in the top section here, which is on your regression channel, which historically has always seen a great push to the downside. So that's why I want to be a little bit more patient on Merck. But this 96 level, in my opinion, is going to be very, very key. This will be a 1 month out contract that I will be playing at when we hit 96, if we hit 96 or close to it, and it'll be the fourth one in the money as well. But I do want to see this start shifting down a little bit further if we end up getting a pump on Monday or Tuesday next week. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, please leave comments in the Discord. I can go over anything else with you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Hope you're enjoying these technical analysis videos that I'm doing. I am still holding HR block, so HRB into puts. We will see how that goes next week. I would really like to exit out of HRB next week. I did do a technical analysis on why I'm still very bearish on that stock, but we will have to see what the market gives us. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care.